Hello, my name is Ben, also known as Nightingale TCG, and today I have a spicy one for you guys. It's Arlong, Op13 Arlong. An old leader that I always liked, always try to find a way to try it out again because this leader essentially gets infinitely buffed every time a new 4-drop comes out that has a trigger in it. In this set particularly, we didn't get a new 4-drop, but what we did get is an additional searcher. This one is a bit ago, but I haven't played the deck since then. But we also got the Luffy, which I think is huge for this deck. Because you get to use his effect and still swing heavily on your 6th on turn by using leader ability and playing something out, that it just feels incredibly strong. We also get the Shanks, and similar to Lim, if we play the Shanks, we still get to use leader ability and play something out. I saw this list on, well, a friend of mine sent this list to me and was like, hey, do you want to try it out? I think he found it on Reddit somewhere. Did well in like Asia. Like I think it went 6-2 at a treasure cup, or no, flagship is what they call it over there. So I thought, hey, if it went well enough in Asia and it beat like the meta decks in Emu, Ace and Zoro in its run as well, then why not give it a go? So this is the deck list. I haven't modified anything from that deck list. There are like 1 or 2 changes I would think about making, but I'll talk about that at the end of the video. For now, I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and if you do, please consider liking and subscribing because it helps me a ton. Hey, Arlong against Emu will definitely take... Well, I guess not definitely, but I think I'll take second. And the sand is pretty good, I think, because on 4 we can just play what we usually play, but then we also have the ability to play 2 things on 6 with Luffy while swinging decently heavy at them as well. Find a Saturn off the Saturn, and they don't have Don up, so this double attack might even go through. Nice. That's pretty huge. I'll defend a little bit, and the second one I'll take. Get a trigger, draw 2. Oh, they get to Mars. I just noticed that they are using Mary Jo's. That's interesting. Let's do this. I'll play a Perona here because we kind of don't have anything to play, really. Do we play Kurobi here or do we just play Jinbei? I think I'll play Jinbei. It's not great, but it's the only option we have. Yeah, the Marichos is actually pretty huge for them here. Because I was thinking to myself that they aren't able to play a Mars on the 5-don turn. Because usually they can't with Empty Throne. But this helps them. I'll counter the first one again. And the second one I'll take. Could use this to arrest Walkery, and then we could play Kurobi of leader ability to arrest Mars. Yeah, why not? I'll definitely play a Luffy either way still. And do I want to start with 7 and just let him block, or do I could play Kikunoja as well. I think I'll see what he does. Yeah, but blocking, I think I'll actually just swing some 5s with Perona as well. Could now decide to swing to Saturn because we have double attacks. Let's let go, and then this 7 I'll use to play Kikunojo. Because I did have to be somewhat scared of dying. Now he kept to 2 life, which is like kind of dangerous with Luffy. He grabs a Nostra off the Saturn. There comes the Nuss. It's not amazing for him though. This I'll let go. This I'll let go as well. And then I'll probably swing 7 here actually, and rest the Walkery. And then I'll swing 1-7 because he has an event, maybe, or maybe he doesn't. And then I'll just jam. I think the Marigos did help him to stay in the game a little bit, but the 2 Luffys are just too big and too massive to go wide against him, especially going second. GG's. Arlong versus Zoro. I mean, the most important card in this matchup is definitely the full cost Arlong, so we'll try to mulligan for that. They chose to go second. Kind of like this hand going first though, and we can find the Arlong of the Lilith. I think I'll keep. Sadly no Arlong. I'll grab a 2k here though. The buggies also, if I play this on 3 double attack and they have Karina and they remove the buggy, then I can just double attack again the turn after. The Kiku could have been a good option as well, but I think we need to have a little bit of defense against Zoro. Having a run drop here is always nice as well, because if they play Hiyori, we actually have something to swing into it and contest it, so that's why I didn't want to mulligan either. They reveal next Drake. I'll swing into the Searcher, play out Buggy, give leader double attack, see if he wants to take. This Arlong can come in pretty handy against the Shigi or blockers. They do end up deciding to counter. I'll pass. They play Perona, so they don't have a Queena, which is both positive and negative. I do now want to kind of find a different play than Buggy though. Find the Tashigi. So the turn after, like hopefully I can play Arlong into Buggy or something. See if we can find something here. Oh, just another Buggy. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, the Arlong is good, especially on the Shigi turn. So let's go 7, 8. Play out Arlong, ditch one of the buggies, freeze leader, and now all they can do is play out the Shigi, which isn't really much. I guess they can play law if they have a law, but still they don't get to swing with anything. Take that one too. Even if we have to play buggy next turn and like we don't get to have the double attack, that's still fine. It's just a 4-6 body, which is pretty huge. This artwork is so funny, man. They find a Cavendish and they'll play the Cav, which makes sense. Then they play a Koshiro. I think I do still use this Arlong on the Cavendish and not on the Koshiro, even though it is kind of tempting. Let's see what we can find of here. A Hawkins is nice. So this will be 6-7-7, if I'm not crazy. Play the Arlong. Make sure Cavendish can't rest next turn. Use card action and play out. Is it Hawkins or is it just Buggy for the stat line and it not being a brick? Because he's not gonna swing into the Hawkins ever. I think it's the Buggy. It seems weird, but he's gonna swing into the Buggy or the Arlong first before he's gonna ever swing into this Hawkins. So I think the higher stat line just matters more. He takes the block here. He essentially only still has 2 swings this turn with leader. He does have the law though, which is good for him. Finds the Shigi. Let's see what he rests. The other buggy. Well, wherever this goes, I'm most likely not going to defend. If it's an 8, maybe I will. But I don't think it will be an 8. Yeah, 9 I can't defend. Gotta let the Arlong go. This one I'll take. And can't use that. But this is a nice play next turn. Plays Perona. And finds the next Drake. So we get to play Mihawk. And then we'll have 5 Dawn. So 3 for leader ability. So go 5, 6, 7, 7. Potentially we could leave 1 Dawn up for DMG. Do we feel like we could die next turn? Probably not. So I think just going to 7s is better. Because they'll have like these 3 to swing with. And we do have some like 2Ks in hand. The freezes are just so good in this deck. With Arlong, Lord of the Coast, you can even like rest stuff with Kurobi and so on. Feels really, really strong. You're able to be defensive while being aggressive. But yeah, I think with a Mihawk up and 6k counter and 2 life, I don't think we can die. Even through like a restand event. But what's he gonna do with that 7? Blocks 2Ks. Yep. Pass. Then next turn, hopefully with Kurobi and DMG, we can just kill. This Zoro player is thinking a lot, man. Which you're allowed to. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna dunk on people who think. I just get impatient while recording. I'm like, I want to get these games done. Come on, I want to go get to cutting. Get the video out. And some of these people might like play while they are at work or whatever, which you can argue whether it's a good thing or not. But let's not get into that controversial topic. Plus I'm playing Arlong. It's not like I have to use my brain that much. All I need to do is read my cards correctly, which depending on whether I included the game where I swung twice with Buggy, like playing out Buggy, and I tried to cheat him out and give my leader double attack twice, and not realizing that if the other Buggy is on board, you don't get the double attack. That's the only thing you have to think about. 7 here, huh? I think I'll block that always. Because I just want to have as many bodies on the head as I can to swing backwards. And if he like wants to swing into this Mihawk twice or something, then he can. Okay, he does end up swinging with the Law. But I still can't die here. So I'll just use that. Rest up to one of your opponents will cost a 4 less, which doesn't matter. Now double 9s, I can defend one of them. Can I defend this? No, I'm not allowed to defend that. Take this, use effect, ditch the Buggy, use restand, and this I can defend. 2k, 2k, 1k, and we should have game here. Well, we definitely do have game here, but if he passes the turn back to us. Let's go 7. 7, well, we could have just jammed, but I was too lazy. GG's. That seemed pretty nice for us. I mean, he took second, and I definitely think he should have taken first. But apart from that, it went well. Arlong against Sabo. Do I take secondary from them, or do I just play to my curve? Maybe I'll just play to my curve. Although Sabo gets so much worse going first. Oh, let's go second. Not a great hand. Just pass on to Don. I like having Searcher here, but it is what it is. They have Stage Ditch the Stussy, which is good for them. Then reveal a hack, which is also pretty good for them. What are we ditching? I don't think Arlong is going to be that relevant in this matchup. Let's go 8 lead. Play Kiku. Hack is going to be nice for them here, but we don't even... Hack is actually so nice because my Arlong can't... Is this base cost? Give up to one of you. No, it's not base cost. Luffy definitely gets played. Now, do I play Kurobi just to get around the hack? I think so, because I want this Kiku to at least give me a life. And let's pass. So now at least if he kills this, I get a life. He ditches away one of the 6 drops, which means obviously he has another one. He does swing with this. Okay. He's just gonna go full aggressive. I can defend some of this. Let's go 8 at lead. Could swing another 8 double attack with Buggy. The question becomes, do I die? I could also just play Lull the Coast and keep the Sabo frozen. I think this is fine. Then I'll go another 8. Keep 1 done up for DMG. Okay, goes down to 0. He trashes a Gold Roger. There's another stage to find more. Trashes a dragon. Doesn't find anything. The dragon could give him back another blocker though. And through 3 blockers is a bit difficult. Okay, he's gonna try to go for it. A 9 at Luffy is fine. Swings of the Sabo. Ooh, I get to rest here. That's nice. Then unless he plays another blocker, I don't have to use DMG for value. Now do we get there? Six, 6, 15. He definitely could have it. 1 black hole, 2 black hole. Yeah, I figured he had enough. Double event up, but I could not have played on a turn because it's not like I can't remove any of his bodies, because if I could remove his bodies then I could also go for lethal. It was a close one. GG's. Arlong against Ace. The last time I tried this going second and I didn't feel amazing, so let's just try going first. I have a Hawkins and a Buggy. And also an Arlong, which is not bad. He grabs a Roger. It's not that good of a grab, but maybe he just didn't have anything else. I think I'll play Hawkins because this 7 is never going through. So I think playing the double attack with Buggy is weird. I mean, he has the option to take it here in terms of it going through, but obviously if I would have played buggy and I would have done double attack, he would have just used leader ability. That's okay. And then I think I'll just go 9. Because, like, I could have played Arlong to freeze the... I could have played Arlong to freeze... I can't talk. I could have played Arlong to freeze the Atmos. But this Arlong is never swing against Ace, so I think playing that is just a waste. He needs to decide on leader ability here. I highly assume he has a 2k in hand, so that he can leader ability plus 2k. But I guess technically you never know. He throws the pudding and the 2k. See if he has a Jozu. Both Atmos and Jozu. Like games like that are always pretty annoying to deal with because your entire aggression just goes out the window, but it seems like he doesn't. Okay, maybe he drew a Jozu off like Otama. He doesn't have any 4-drop, he doesn't have a Marco either. That's pretty huge for us. Let's take this. We could play a 4-drop plus leader ability, but I think just swinging higher is better. Okay. I think I will use Arlong here to rest and then throw away the buggy to keep this leader frozen so that like with he gets 2 Don less value playing the 10 drop. We have the Kurobi to get like past this 10 drop. If I was him, I would definitely think about, or would have thought about taking that life here. But we'll swing 8 here, play Kurobi, and rest the new gate. Use lead ability with a 1k. Which probably means he has enough to defend. I could play like a Lord of the Coast, keep this new gate frozen. I kind of not hate that. Let's swing into the Atmos. Swing into face again. And play Lord of the Coast. Oh my god, he took that. Maybe we had lethal, but if we had lethal, then why the hell would he have used leader ability on the Garb 1k? No, he didn't have lethal. He has another Uta in hand. We know he has an Uta in hand. Definitely defending this. There's the Uta. And now... should I search with this? If I find DMG, I just win, right? But I could also just go 8, 8, 8, 8. Block, block, 2, 2. I think I'll see if I can find DMG, and I did not. Which depresses me. So let's see if we can get there. Lead ability plus 1k. We definitely have the option to like play Arlong again and freeze the leader. Such a bait. Such a bait. How should I just jam? If I play Arlong and I freeze leader, he can't just split with his weenies and win that way. So I just need to go with the 8. Ugh, GG's. That was closer than it should have been, I think. But that also, I believe, solidifies that going first against Ace is better. Arlong against Roger. Let's see if they take first or second. They typically want to take second, but maybe they want to take first away from me, which it seems like they do. I'll definitely keep this. Buggy is a nice card on 8 to just be able to swing high into them. I can only grab this Arlong. He's gonna be fine on 6 don. I don't have a 2k to counter with, so this is being taken either way. See if we can be aggressive enough to push through here. Okay, this is giving me hope for my double attack. Goes through, perfect. Plays a Bond Clay. And a Buggy. And I still don't have a 2k, so I'll just keep taking. Trigger this. I can play Arlong here, put a Don underneath my leader. 1, 2, leader, swing double 7s. Yeah, sounds good. Play this. Don here, freeze here. Swing another 7. Do we play Hawkins or do we play Kiku? I think it's just Kiku. Higher stat line for later. Now that he's gonna go to 10. Because he managed to triple ramp. Maybe because he managed to ramp so quickly this Arlong wasn't that amazing. Because it's never gonna swing like into the Roger anyways. He chose to arrest it, but I don't think he should swing into it really. Okay, he's gonna go into leader again. And I can't seem to draw 2Ks. I think I just have to take these though. I'll trigger this for sure just to... Oh my god, I trolled myself. I've done this once before. I can't rest the Bentham because I made it anti-rest. That's so crazy. Oh my god, what do we do now? I mean, I need to play Mihawk because I need to get some blockers down. I now essentially choose, do I want the Roger to not be able to swing, or do I rest this and make that not able to swing? So basically we play an Arlong or we play a Kurobi. What's the highest we can counter to? We can counter to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I play the Kurobi, I get to counter 1 less. I just lose. It's really, really bad. I like screwed myself over with the Arlong. I think the best I can do is swing here, play Kurobi, rest the Bentham, and make sure the Bentham dies. Then I hope he doesn't try to swing for lethal, I guess. Which he will. Not drawing any 2Ks was very, very sad. I mean, I guess we drew 1, but we decided to trigger it. And I think it's always correct to trigger it. Have to block that, because I can't get the... And that's GG's. I don't think we were killing him on the clapback either with a hand like this. Triple ramp definitely denied us a decent amount of tempo, I think. Arlong versus Ace. I assume this is our toughest matchup. Do we take... I guess we do just take second. And then we are able to swing 8 on turn 2. Which is kind of neat. Because he doesn't just get out of it with leader ability. Let's search here, see what we find. I guess I'll take the 1k over the brick. This will take, of course. Then let's go 8, use ability, play. Is it Arlong or is it Kiku? It might be Arlong, huh? I think it is. He's gonna play Yamato. And I kind of want to deny him like a little bit of value. I feel like the way we lose is by them being able to aggress us back. Then I'll just jam to 8s. Now we play Kiku. It's probably just gonna get bounced back with Jozu, but that's okay. Uh, 2k, 1k. He used the Jozu as a 1k, which definitely makes me think he has 2. Otherwise, either maybe it means also that he doesn't have anything else, but no. He does have a second Jozu, which gets bounced. I'll defend this. And I'll defend this. And then here, I think I want to play Arlong again. But do I just split with Arlong on the board? Maybe. Swing double 9. Play another Arlong. Freeze the leader. Gave us leader ability plus 2k. I just need to get him to 0 so that with Kurobi I can punch through a Newgate blocker. At least that's what I think the best play is. He definitely should have thought about taking his life here. I think if he takes the life here, unless he can't defend like a full jam, it is a bit scary. I can't defend this. And this I'll take. Sure. Plays an Izo. Finds a Jozu, which is pretty good for him. And then I will start with an 8, play Kurobi, rest Newgate. I think I need to kill him here. I don't think I can survive another turn. Like, I will have the option to potentially play Lord of the Coast and freeze the Newgate here for a turn. I'm gonna leave myself that option. Okay, maybe not anymore. Let's think about this. If I play Lord of the Coast and I like swing 7, I definitely don't kill, but do I live? He has 3 swings of 2k, 1k, so if he goes like 8, I probably don't live. There's a slight chance I live, but it depends on how he swings. But this is not a super good lethal either, because he has Izo still to cycle with, he still has leader ability, we know he has a 2k in hand. So he essentially just needs to find another 2k. It's kind of a pick your poison type scenario, but he has been taking life somewhat liberally. So let's see if it's enough. Okay, him using a non-brick as a counter definitely shows that he has enough. And now we're definitely dead. Okay. I mean, you just have lethal, dude. Like, you don't need to do all this. Okay. I mean, if we find DMG now, we can just win. Potentially. Sure, let's use this. Let's use this. We did not find DMG, but I mean, it was an option. GG's. I guess we don't win, because he has double round B-Wab. Yeah, this matchup seems hard. Okay, Arlong against Emu. I'm wondering whether we should take second, but I feel like we should just play to our curve and go first anyways. Is there like a benefit to going second apart from just taking them off curve? Ah no, let's try second, I guess. I'll keep this because we have a Hawkins. And the Hawkins is always good against Eam. Maybe we should have mulligan so that we like have a 1-drop to play, because then on our 6th on turn we could swing 5-7. But now that we have Luffy, I think it's alright either way. Trigger maybe 5, get 2 Ks for 1, and we'll just go 8 at leads. Play Hawkins. He's gonna use Never Existed that he just searched. Yep. I think I'll counter this. I probably can't get like too low. Next turn we'll play Luffy. That's for sure. And then we'll go 6 at lead, 7 at lead, play Kiku. And then depending on if he like doesn't leave Don up and he's not careful, I can gird around a blocker that he potentially plays with Kurobi and get a double attack in. It's awkward for him now because, I mean, the Mars can blow up the Kiku and just heal me. But does he swing into the Basil is the question for him. He used lead ability out of hand early. Okay. Gets a 10 drop. Maybe he doesn't have a Mars. Okay, he does clear the Hawkins, so trash his life. I think that's a good trade for me. 7 lead, I'll take, of course. We get lucky on the Kiku trigger. Just gonna play a Topman. And we top deck another Luffy, which is very nice. And then I'll probably play a Kurobi. The question is, do I swing into the Saturn or not? And I don't think so. I could also play Lord of the Coast and just keep the Saturn frozen, and like, because I need to rest this Walkery next turn again. So I think I'll just play Lord of the Coast. Don't think there was a real way for me to force the double attack through in a way that seemed efficient. Like, we could have done this Kurobi and then jammed double attack, but we kind of achieved the same thing. We like got 2 life anyways. And we are very wide now. Like, these Luffy's help so much. Like, we got lucky both times top decking them. I think I should have mulliganed at the beginning of the game. Like, my hand was fine, but it wasn't insane. Next turn we just get to swing high while playing Shanks. We can also just protect her. Okay, plays a Mars. Does he have another blocker? Oh, that was still the Mars effect. Okay, yeah, I'll just heal. Interesting that he decided to kill that instead of the Lord of the Coast. This is an easy... Do I start with a 5 just so I can play the Shanks? Shanks is being played either way. But what are my swings gonna look like? It's weird because I want to play the Kurobi first so that I can get to rest the Topman, but If he blocks with the topman and then I get to rest the Mars, it's fine too. This way, because he countered early, I now get to rest the topman. And that should probably be lethal. Yeah. GG's. Going second, this felt very comfortable. Again, obviously we got bailed out by some Luffy top decks, but you can mulligan for these. Alright, let's go with some final thoughts. This deck surprised me. It did way better than I thought it would. It is definitely cheesy to a certain degree, but in the 3 big bad matchups, it actually comes out ahead a decent amount of the time. I think this Arlong deck is very, very good against Emu. It feels winnable even when you go first, which I guess makes sense because we are Arlong and we kind of want to go first most of the time. But the thing is, if they give us second, then our curve with Luffy becomes so wide, so fast that they get overwhelmed. So they actually have to just play the game on an even footing by giving us our preferred curve and them taking their preferred curve. And we are still able to win because we have so many rest effects, and not only rest effects but also effects that prevent them from resting, like their walkery and so on, that usually we can get past. And if they are not careful in the early game, like Buggy can swing high and get double attacks through. Obviously we are a yellow deck, and Emu never likes dealing with either of these 2 cards, so that always helps to play them out in the early game. And we have just a lot of triggers as well that can mess with them later on after they play the 10 drop and they do try to push a bit of damage. Like the Arlong can rest the 4 drop. If Kurobi comes out, he just gets to rest anything. The Buggy gets to rest the 4 drop. And we just have characters like the Jinbei and the Hachan that just get played out as well. Now, if it comes to the Zoro matchup, I think the Zoro matchup lives and dies based off 1 card, and that 1 card is of course this Arlong. I think if you don't manage to find at least 2 of them, you become extremely fragile against Zoro because you are a 4-life leader that only plays 10 2Ks. So if you're not careful, they can just rush you down. And that's, I think, your biggest weakness. If you are not aggressive enough to make them feel like they have to deal with your board, you can get counter-rushed by a lot of the decks that are in the meta at the moment. But overall, I think your Zoro matchup is decently 50-50. Maybe it's slightly favored for you, but yeah, it's like I said, it just depends on how many of these Arlongs you find. Now the Ace matchup, that's the one that becomes difficult, I think. Like, you do have some great options against Ace because like Kurobi just gets around 10 drop Newgate. You can play him and you just play him out with leader ability, you swing 8, play Kurobi and just rest the Newgate down. And sometimes in a turn even, you can rest the Newgate with Kurobi and then still play out the Lord of the Coast and keep the Newgate rested for another turn to make sure it doesn't get up the next turn if you don't have another Kurobi in hand or another DMG to get around it the turn after. This Arlong is quite nice in order to like keep Marcos rested, especially on your 5-don turn. You get to play this Arlong, make sure the Marco is frozen and just swing 7, play something out. It's not the most insane against Ace, but it's good in other matchups too. The problem is, like I said earlier, if you aren't able to be quite aggressive enough, Ace doesn't actually need to respect your board that much, or it just has like easy ways to deal with it with Atmos and with Jozu. So if you don't find like 2Ks early to defend yourself against their 6K swings, you can die quite quickly and you don't even get to your 10-don turn / 7-don turn to be able to deal with Ace's aggression, which feels weird to call Ace an aggressive deck, but it can be sometimes. The Shanks obviously helps in the Ace matchup, but it hasn't come up yet, and mainly I think the reason it hasn't come up yet is because in the Ace matchup you don't get to 10-don that often to play this down and be like, hey, this is gonna threaten you every turn now. So yeah, I think like a lot of these green decks that can be fast and hit at 7s or want to hit at 7s, Ace can be annoying. Also, Ace has the option to like, even when you are being very aggressive and you do manage to hit them down to like 1 life early, they have the option to just on 8-9 don say, okay, I use my I am white bit and I take my own life and just become an 8k or a 10k, and then you just have to hope that if you load up on Arlong and you find a Kurobi, that you can get through, otherwise you just lose the game. So Ace is definitely by far your hardest matchup. Other things is, I think this leader actually kind of dies to like all the other rogue decks. Like, for example, against Roger, I played like 2 Roger games and I lost both of them because I just wasn't fast enough. I played a Sabo game where it felt similar. Granted, in the Sabo game, I took second, and maybe I just need to play on first, and then I could be fast enough. But them playing hacks just deals with everything we play, which is a bit depressing. So I think this deck doesn't deal... It deals decently well with the top 3, but it doesn't deal that well with everything else. Nonetheless, I think it's a super fun rogue deck right now. Changes that I would think about making is, I don't think the Shanks... I would take the Shanks out because I don't think it matters. I probably would put in a 4th Luffy, because having this Luffy against like Eam, just every time I feel like I play this Luffy out on 6, it's so good. So I just want to ensure it is there on 6. And it's not like we would add another brick. We would take Shanks out and we would add a Luffy to it. This Lord of the Coast also felt like it has overperformed in my deck. I'm not 100% sure what I would take out for it. There probably is nothing, because I want to keep the consistency of these searches there. And I want to have the Miorg is... I haven't talked about the Miorg yet. The Miorg is quite nice. I think it makes sense why on 8 on you just get to play this block and you get to still swing. Like, if you have a 4-drop out, you still get to swing 7 and 7 plus leader ability. It's so good. So yeah, this is probably the only change I would make, honestly. Maybe if I would feel like I want to make the Ace matchup even better, you could potentially think about including a Vanderdecken. But again, I'm not sure how much that would matter. Like, Lord of the Coast kind of does the same thing as Vanderdecken in that matchup. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And apart from that, I hope you have a good rest of your day.